The new kid on the block, Springvale Fisheries. We've heard some massive things, haven't we, Lee?
Yeah, hey, listen, it's got a lot of people talking. It's supposed to be a very good place. The ultimate commercial, somebody described it to me as. So I'm looking forward to going down and taking a look. What are we expecting?
I'm not too sure. I've bought my pole, I've bought my rods,
Yeah.
I've bought some casters.
Oh,
I've bought,
yeah, the old casters, yeah.
all of my fishing kit, really. And I think we literally get set up on a lake and just have a fish.
Yeah, let's go and have a look, see what it's all about. I've heard great access, I've heard great fishing, variety of species. So why don't we go down, take a little look at what's there. I think, yeah, I'm literally, this is like we've stopped at the sign. Let's get down there.
Lee's going to pretend to get out of his van as if we've just arrived. Here we go, we've just arrived. Come on.
I tell you what.
First impressions.
I tell you what, we have just arrived. I just said to you, is this like the ultimate commercial, isn't
This
it?
is the ultimate commercial.
Look at this.
This is just one lake. So what was this? Newcastle Lake, was it?
Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle Lake.
We've just driven like through. He's sort of given us a little drive through as we've come through to this lake, and every single peg on the complex has got this road, this
Yeah.
behind your peg. You can leave your car here on every single peg. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Incredible.
Yeah,
And we were just saying, weren't we, that, you know, like in the winter time, some pegs, they turn into a bit of a bog and some fisheries are a little bit muddy. Look at this, it's gravel right up to a nice concrete peg. Nets are supplied as well on every single peg. Imagine that, every single peg
No nets on site.
has got keep nets, so no nets on site. So obviously they're looking after the fish by doing that.
On every peg.
They are also making sure that you're not necessarily going home with stinky wet nets in the back of your car or your van.
How well kept
Fish
it is.
topping.
Look how well kept it is. All like, literally like, there's no need for any garden or anything. It's
No,
all, it's all,
there's no gardening needed.
no, it's all. It's
This
all
this is, if you like commercial fishing, you want a nice, I'm not going to say an easy day, but you want a nice comfortable day.
It doesn't get any more comfortable.
This
It's
is-
impossible
this-
to get any more comfortable.
This is the future. This is the future. And let's have a quick walk down here. I'll tell you what we'll do, because I'm not the fastest walker. Played football last night, my legs are aching. We'll time lapse this bit. Here we go, more lakes. So it is a huge complex. And as Lee says, park behind every single peg. We've drove by a lake where you can reach the island with your pole, and then you've got these lakes here, and the one we're going to fish today where it's a rod and line chuck for the island, but also we're told we're going to catch loads of fish short on a pole. Absolutely beautiful place. Let's see if we can catch a few fish. Lee's got the leaflet. Talk us through it.
Yeah, look, there you go, little layout there. I was just having a look. We're here on this Newcastle Lake.
I've just been walking. Lee, I've just walked
you
through
walked
there.
to here, have you? Yeah.
All these lakes
Wow.
rammed with anglers.
Yeah,
rammed with
on a
anglers.
wet Thursday.
On a wet
Yeah, wow,
Thursday.
brilliant. Look, all nets provided on site. A little bit about the stocking on each lakes. Rules.
Rules important.
Yeah, some rules.
Do not break the rules.
Do not break the rules. Yeah, it looks up, and there it is as well. Look, open 7 days a week.
Just off the A1.
It says here, day fishing for one rod is £6 a peg. I don't know if
£6 a
that's still
peg.
the case, but wow, amazing, lovely little job there. What a fantastic little job.
Are we actually going to do some fishing?
Well, I want to do. I was the only thing going to say to you. I reckon I've seen probably about 100 carp top.
Yeah,
so
there's
I'm
fish topping.
fancying a bit of fishing. All right, what are we doing? What are we going to do?
I've got no idea, but I've got a load of casters, so I'm going to fish a pole, I think. Although, rod and...
a load of casters that I bought you.
You did buy the casters,
Oh, right,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Although I do think rod and line to that island could be very, very good, couldn't
It
it?
looks good. It's very tempting to have a little bit of a rod and line fish across the island, but well, we'll have to see. I think we'll need a few. Let's get set up and we'll do some thought about what we can show the guys here. Because I'll tell you what, one thing I know we are going to do is catch a lot of fish.
Fishery only pellets, Lee.
Yep. I've noticed, Rob, they're like, the micros are like a Coppins type pellet. And you know as well as I do, these need a little bit of love when you're preparing them, don't they? They're not always the easiest.
Get them out of the
pellet
bag
to
so we
prepare.
can have a look.
Yeah, let's split this open and have a look. So you can tell they're coppins because they're like a denser, but they're very pale. And they might change from time to time.
You can just tell they're not crumbly, are they?
No,
you get
no.
some scratching style pellets, then they look crumbly.
Yeah. Now these type of pellets, sometimes these type of pellets, you can literally soak them as we do overnight and they come round. But sometimes these can literally just go to like putty, can't they? Like really bad. So tell you one way I like to do it if I'm method feeder fishing is literally mix them up like ground bait. So like put a bit of water in and almost just literally give them a wet, and then it's going to take a little while for those to start to soften, but I'll know pretty quickly whether these are going to be the sticky type or not. So like just like a little bit of caution, I just looked at them and I thought, do you know what, I'm not going to go the usual gung-ho that I do. I might need a little bit of ground bait even to like keep them on, but they'll soften up now, but almost like you almost just add in your water like you would your ground bait and stirring it
Let's
around.
get in there,
So,
see how
yeah,
much water you've put in. So you've hardly added any water there.
No,
have you?
I've just wetted them. You can already see, like, look how they're going a bit slimy. So what I want to do is like leave them now. I don't want to, because the trouble is, right, what happens with these type of pellets is the outsides break off really quickly and go slimy, and you can end up with like goo and a hard pellet. But I need the water to soak into these now, so literally don't touch them, don't irritate them anymore, just leave them for as long as you can, and hopefully all the water that's on the outside of the pellets will just soak down. But literally you just saw there, almost like you're mixing up like a dry ground bait. So we'll see how they come out. I'm not saying they're going to be perfect, it's the first time I've ever been here, so we'll see how they come out, and if we need to touch them up then we can obviously, but that could be good. I mean, you're going to be doing some hard pellet fishing.
Hard pellet, so literally.
Yours is emptying
There we
it
go.
out.
That's my bait prep, done.
When it comes to fishing, I love the extra detail. I love getting the edge, and you can do that with us. We go into the most detail in our members sections videos. Honestly, there is something for everyone. All types of course fishing, we're going at it. We're trying to figure out how we can give you the edge. So all you've got to do is visit the members section on YouTube. You can go on there, just click on it, members, join as a member. It's brilliant. It's once a month, it's less than a pint of beer. Or if you want to join on the website a little bit cheaper and comes with its own benefit of an incredible 10% discount off Willy Worms when you go on and order through there. So you've got two different options there, however you prefer to watch, but whatever you're doing, incredible value and getting the edge in your fishing.
Rob's having a sneaky plumb up. What depth we got?
I'm going to say, Lee, this is like as if... Stop in again. This is as if an angler has like sculpted the lake to perfection. Because look,
Yeah.
the full depth of the lake is about 6 metres. That's full depth.
Yeah.
And at the minute, because obviously they're relatively new lakes, I can bang that plummet in,
Rock hard.
like, and it's rock hard. And
Yeah.
that's full depth of the lake. So what's that? 8 metres, 7.5, 8
Yeah.
metres.
What depth you got?
It is 5 foot.
5 and a bit. Yeah.
Right.
Basically the perfect top kit
Yeah.
depth.
Let me show you where the shelf is. And where is the shelf on like
The Dream.
ideal- The
Yeah.
Dream.
Yeah.
Top kit plus 2. It's like 8 inches shallower, which means that's where the shelf is, and it's just gradual. It just goes out lovely and gradual.
It's
So,
just basically a lovely steady
yeah,
fall.
until you get to sort of like
So you can,
7 metres.
you
So
can
I think
pick your depth
you
basically.
can pick your depth, and I think I'm going to fish down. I'm going to fish with my hand on this joint.
Yeah, I love doing that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
For accuracy.
With a section behind me, and I'm going to fish down. Know I'm on the shelf, which means I can present my rig. Look at that
Complicated bait setup.
bait setup. It's drizzling, so I've tried to cover
Yeah,
it
no,
up.
I like it. I like what you've done there. Yeah. Why would you use a Gore-Tex hood when you can use the bags that they come in?
No.
It's perfect.
I'm going to fish there. I think that's spot on.
That
I don't
looks-
need to alter. Hey Lee, I don't need to alter the rig either. Because there's a 12-inch minimum line here.
Yeah.
Which means I think that.
No, you're 12-inch there.
easy
Yeah, yeah.
12 inch,
Yeah,
aren't
you're
I?
easy 12
I mean,
inch.
I
yeah.
would be like 2-inch. But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
if
12
we
inch.
go-
So what are you going to do? You're going to use some back shot to combat it, are you?
I'm going to do a couple of back shot. I've got a back shot on there already, but I'm going to do a couple of back shots.
Yeah.
I don't need to do anything with this rig. I think if I plumb up level with the
Just
bottom of that
I'll
float-
do a little zoom in. Hang on.
Can you get zoomed in?
Of course I can, yeah.
Can you?
There you go. Go on then, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
so level with the bottom of that float, look.
That looks mint.
So I know I'm fishing on the bottom. If I go a little bit further, look.
Oh yeah, so it's just
Go
dropping away,
gradually
yeah.
deeper, gradually. That's why I like to fish with like a really short line between pole tip and float when I'm fishing on a shelf.
Yeah.
Because it means I can literally put the hook bait on that exact same spot.
Yeah.
And I'm presenting my rig.
And you've got, that's why that having that mark there, like basically on the joint, is so important, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
You know,
so if I fish, I'm going to pick a far bank marker.
Yeah.
I've got a telegraph pole over there.
Yeah.
We'll pick a far bank marker. I'm going to plumb up to there, and it is literally along my pole, straight down. I'm trying to keep my elbows at right angles. I'm going to fish in exactly the same place every single time, and I think that's just about.
See what you're going to do there. You're going to catch a light. It looks lovely. It's overcast, which means I'm feeling like the lack of the wind off his back is going to be nice.
Wind off his back could put paid to a short line, couldn't it? But I think because it's overcast.
No, I think. Oh no, it's going to be lovely. You're going to catch a load. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a look at. So, in contrast, obviously we needed to do two different methods. So we basically thought, let's pick two very popular carp methods to test out on this so-called carp mecca. So Rob's obviously gone short pole, and then I have gone method feeder. So there's an island across there. I've literally got my hook tub of pellets. I've nicked some of Rob's 4 and 6 mil, so I'm going to use them on a band. I've got a 10-foot Superior X with my Centris SD reel, some 8-pound line, 30 gram small method feeder, and I'm going to cast there. Not in these bushy bits here. Literally, there's like a bit that's been trimmed out, and I'm going to cast there. That's where I'm going to target today, because I think these fish, like carp, up to £5 they are. Like, there's odd bigger ones, but generally speaking, they're like £2 to £5. So I'm thinking they are prime method fish. Now, these are the pellets that I was did earlier, right? So now I've given these a stir around, and they look like hard normal pellets, but when I squeeze them, look, they're all sticky. So all I'm going to do, and these are quite hard pellets now, it's really important. I don't want, you know, to do these, to get them all soft, you probably have to do night before. So that's how I've done them, and I reckon that's perfect, because all I'll do is just keep putting a wet hand in them, turning it over with a wet hand, keeping them damp, and they will stick amazingly on my feeder. But when they get in the water, look, they just crumble into pellets. They're actually a brilliant pellet for hooking. And obviously, like, if I want to put any, like maybe a little bit of bait booster or something on there as well, that would help them out as well. So just literally something to keep them damp now is all I'm looking for. Keep them damp, and they will always stick on my method. So we've got the, hang on, what's happening here? Oh my god, look at it. As soon as my back's turned, there he is, look, throwing in a few pellets. It's absolute, you know it, don't you? So there are two methods that we're going to go with. We're going to have like a, what are we having, Rob, an hour to compare these methods?
Yeah, I think an hour.
Like the first hour, almost like first hour of your day, what would it be like? Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So we'll have a little look, see how we get on. I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it's a horrifically overcast and rainy day, but when you got your van here with all your gear in it, and you know, a nice bit of drink and your mates on the next peg, it's going to be a fantastic day.
Here's something that all of you can get involved with, an amazing competition where you guys have got a chance to win 2 Free Spirit rods plus a full carbon, pure quality landing net pole. Free Spirit, we already know they create quality pieces of kit. Now, in our giveaway, we've got a 10-foot feeder rod and a 10-foot waggler rod, plus that landing net pole, 3-meter carbon landing net pole, part of the helical range. Fantastic piece of kit. If you're looking for the all-round commercial fishery package, this is it, I'm telling you. So head over to the website, cuttingedgecomps.co.uk, have a go on the competition. Hopefully it's your lucky day.
Are we going, Robert? We're going, mate, yeah. Oh, right. We're going. We've just had a trip down from a visit from the owner, haven't we?
Yeah, Sue's just popped down.
Yeah, it's just told us what the crack is with the lakes. So apparently there's a mixed bag available on every single lake, isn't there? I think there's more carp in this lake than the others.
Yeah.
But we could catch anything today. She's got tench, chub, eyed, carp. Well, I'm hoping for a few feisty carp. I think the guys were saying that you know, everything's looked after well and the water's flushed through and that sort of thing. So it all looks great.
It looks great, and I've had a few pellets. I've seen a few signs.
There's a chance I'll put this in the island for you, just for, you know, because obviously you like some comedy during the day as well.
I would love it if you.
Right, yep.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Tell you what,
how have you done that?
That was a good one, to be fair.
That was a good one, yeah. You couldn't have put it any better. So my tactics, I've plumbed up that line on the pole, with a little indication straight away, that's good. And all I'm going to do is throw some 6mm hard pellets, some of the pellets from the fishery, at my float, and I'm going to see what happens.
See what, Rob, I'm getting indications.
Are you straight away?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I think the amount of fish we've seen moving,
yeah, I wasn't expecting to get an indication that quickly though. Little like there was something around the feeder then. So you've not just had a bite.
I had a bite.
Mind you, I've been feeding for 2 hours.
No,
so
I've put a couple of handfuls in, that's all. So rig-wise, I've got a 4x14 float. So about 0.4 of a gram.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting little indications. There must be loads of little fish in here. It's a Malman Rube float. We've got a 12, probably a bit more than 12 inches of line between pole tip and float for the fishery rules. We've got a bulk, a couple of droppers, and have you got one?
I've only gone and got one, haven't I?
Get in there. See, I mean, the downside of what you're doing, but might be the case for both of us, is that I think it's a carp-only tactic, isn't it?
We're fishing very carpy. We are on the most carpy lake, so we are fishing carpy tactics today. We have heard that there's like a lot of like other fish in these lakes, but we'll see, mate. We'll see. Never know, do you? This one feels carpy. I've got to be honest. It's feisty. Feisty. Not very big, but feisty. I tell you what, sometimes you go carp fishing and it's like can be tricky and you're only getting odd, and when you get some, look at that. He's in great nick. Look at that.
Nice fish.
I've caught my first.
You had a chat with
Springvale carp, haven't I?
You had a chat with one of the guys on the way in, didn't you? So what are we looking for in this lake?
Well,
size?
Yeah. So basically, he was telling me that this particular lake is like the main weights are dominated by carp. He said there's a lot of tench in, Rob. Look, there he is. That is a beautiful mirror carp, probably about £2 to kick off my day. Yeah, he said there's a lot of carp in. So the match was won yesterday with £230 of carp. He said, if you're wanting a bit more carpy type day, then this is the lake to come on. Although he said a lot of the other lakes, although they've got carp, and you can catch carp on all the lakes, there's so many other species. And Sue was just telling us there that there's like, I think she just reeled off every species of course fish apart from F1s, didn't she?
Every species.
She was saying they don't have any F1s in here, Rob.
No, which is nice, isn't it? It's nice to go to a venue where there isn't any F1s. We catch them so many venues.
Often when you go to an F1 venue, that's the dominant species. So this is a carpy one. So
I'm getting indications, Liam. Maybe I've got a 6mm in this band.
Oh.
I might have to start on 4s and then see where it takes me.
Oh, like there's a few smaller carp.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit further away from the island.
Yeah, I just bottled that one slightly. Oh, you've just pinged off one, haven't you?
Bumped one then, yeah. I think maybe some 4s. I've got quite a heavy-ish duty carp rig on. I've got 15 hollow elastic.
Have you?
I've got 0.16 hook length.
You've not gone light then, have you?
No, I haven't. I didn't know what to expect, so I thought I'd start heavy. Obviously stack the odds in my favour, depending on what we're looking to catch.
Well, let me tell you now, my tip is doing a lot of dancing.
Is it?
I've got the dancing quiver tip. So there's clearly a lot of fish.
They're having a disco over there, are they?
Over there by that island, yeah.
What's the crack then? What are you doing? Just whacking a few micros
so
around
yeah,
the
I've done these micros. They've come up nice, to be fair.
I'll tell you what this feels like, Lee.
A tench.
A tench.
She said there was a lot of tench in.
Yeah, she said, yeah.
I haven't seen a flying tench very often, Rob.
No.
That was nice.
Oh,
Look at that.
oh, I knew I could have got my casters out and had a go.
Well, maybe you could do. What, you mean our casters?
Oh yeah, our casters, look at that. Look at that. They are beauties, aren't they? A little tench like that. It's a shame to catch them on heavy gear, you know.
Yeah, you want to be fishing like a single 8, don't you, for that fish?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Imagine if I was fishing really nice, light elastic and...
Yeah, who'd put 15 hollow in?
Yeah.
What did you think this was, a match or something?
No, I might change. I've got
This is a
got
lovely
some,
pleasure day.
I'll tell you what, we'll put a 4mm on. If we're going to catch little fish, I'll put a 4mm on. Big hook for a 4mm lead, this is, but... Here you go.
I'm getting a lot of dinks and indications. I put a 6mm on that chuck. I had a 4mm on first chuck, and I put a slightly bigger pellet on that chuck.
I think little pellet's going to be the
Could
way
be good,
today.
Yeah, yeah.
Feed the big ones, fish a little one in the hook, do the opposite of what you'd probably expect.
Yeah. And I think I could have cast a little bit closer to the island, so
Yeah.
I'm going to have a recast. I think one thing's for sure, Rob, they are going to be eating my pellets. I think if I was coming here, I would have bought at least 2 bags.
Yeah, I think we've only got 1 bag, haven't we?
Yeah, I'd have bought 2 bags of these micros because they are, I can tell like my float's like all the time, sorry, not my float, my tips all the time, dink, 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 dink. So let's have a little play with how I load it up, shall we? I'm going to start with loading it up like just a tiny layer, Rob, I'm going to put in. Because sometimes they like it nice and deep within the ball, don't they? But sometimes...
I think they're eating everything off that feeder anyway, aren't they?
I think they're eating it all, yeah. So I'm going to squeeze it a bit tighter, actually, as well, because that can help as well sometimes when they're going a bit crazy. Let's put one across to the island this time.
Oh, that's a nice cuff. One swelled next to the feed, did you see that?
Yeah, I did, yeah. As it hit, it was like, fancied it, didn't he?
Get in there. Oh,
Tenchy,
have we got...
tenchy.
No, I don't know if it is another tench. Might be another tench.
Tenchy, tenchy, tenchy.
We could be on the tench lake.
The 5 metre tench line.
5 metre tench line. Let's see what he is.
Little carp.
I think he could be a little
Tench.
carp.
Oh,
Tench.
oh, you're on the tench.
Hey, the novelty of catching tench might wear off if we just, as that's all we catch.
How can you say that? It's tench.
I know.
Everybody loves tench.
Tell you what, he's a beauty. He's a beautiful fish. Just came out.
Tell me when the last time you caught a load of tench.
Slipping around. Let's get him in front of there. He's a beauty. Slimy little beauty.
What sort of size, Rob? Like £1.5 pound?
I think he was £1, yeah. Obviously, they like the pellets.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could catch in the margins, you know, if he fed a margin line later on.
I'm sure you would. My tip is going mental.
Yeah, but obviously, if your tip's doing that, they're eating everything on that feeder, aren't they?
Oh, they're just clearing it out. You can see him like bang, bang, bang.
So easy, isn't it? To come up, to rock up at one of these places with like 5 metres of pole or a metal feeder rod. Get your gear out of your van.
Yeah. You could like get your method rod out and have a couple of hours fishing. And then literally like go and get my pole out now.
Yeah.
And have some fishing. I'm attached to another one, Rob.
Have you got one?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
You're on better Stamford as well, aren't you? You're on the big boys over there.
I don't know. He charged along the far bank. It doesn't feel particularly big, but he's charging. I've got a 10-foot rod. Hey up. Hey up. Tell you what, I need to...
Good job there's no one next to you, isn't there?
He's about 4 pegs down. He's only a little one. Well, it feels only a little one. My God. This guy's nuts.
Well, I'm catching a tench every drop in.
Wow, hey, it's a slightly better one, though.
He is. I tell you what, they've got better as we're going along. He's definitely £1.5.
Like
Sue was really sort of like waxing on about how well the tench are doing in here.
Look at him. Oh, yeah.
And obviously, she was bang right.
Tell you what, Rob, you know, like some places you go and fish they just wallow about a little bit. When we went Docklow recently, they were really feisty, all spring-fed water, weren't they?
Yeah.
Fish were really fit. And this place is no different. I mean, that is an immaculate, absolutely immaculate mirror carp. I can't believe how good a condition he's in. That's fantastic. Just unhooking there. Probably 2.5 pound, that one. Very nice indeed. Forgot me rag, Rob. Forgot me rag. Just going to spend the next 10 minutes trying to get a pellet in now.
All right. What have we done? Have you just used the micros to put something on them?
Yeah, I've put a tiny bit of bait booster on them just to keep them damp. But those micros, you know, how I've prepped them there, they've come up perfect. And what's really interesting is they're keeping it, you know, like because they're still firm to touch. Because they're those coppins, they stick really well. So I've just got a 30 gram method. I'm going to put this one quite deep in the ball because I feel like the fish are attacking the ball. I feel like they're attacking the pellets. So there is a school of thought that says you could put your bait right on the top and maybe you'd catch them a bit quicker. But sometimes when you go in, you can imagine that's going to go into the bottom. And like these are stuck together quite hard. So the fish will be able to get at it. And when they get at it and they take your bait, you just get that little bit of a cleaner hook hold. And you know what else I like, Rob? I love a bit of casting to an island.
Yeah.
Just I love the element of skill that you have to chuck in the mix.
Yeah.
At least there's no horrible overhanging like thorn bushes.
Island looks good. Where you're chucking looks good as well.
Yeah, it's really good. Hey, no, give it the old way and there's nothing attached.
Nothing. And it sounded like your clip come off.
Clips come off, yeah, I heard that, so I flicked it off, had it in my hand. You know when you have it in your hand, you feel it all tighten. You remember those days?
Those days, yeah.
First time I ever had that, you know, I went to Whiteacres, Belingi, and you used to chuck your feeder in because it was all 30 centimetre hook lengths, wasn't it?
Yeah. So you used to get your bite as the bait fell, didn't you?
Literally, as you chucked it in, you get your bite.
The glebe was like that as well. Glebe's very similar to that.
Yeah, I bet.
Slowed down a little bit now, the fishing the glebe on the feeder, but you were chucking in almost pellet waggler style.
Yeah, like a
casting
minute
in.
chuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glory days, that's what they were.
Glory days, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I could do without saying back in the day. Right under, we're in the bank there, Rob, aren't we?
I'm trying not to feed loads of bait, you know. I'm trying to feed like two lots of pellets when I hook a fish, so it just calms them down a bit, but I think they're eating it really fast.
Yeah. So usually I just dump my rod on my rest, but I'm going to have a dead steady line sink here because, tell you what I noticed there, Rob, them last couple of chucks, because your feeder's getting banged about, if there was any tension on your tip, it didn't take anything, you know, to like pull your tip away. There we go. But that way I could keep it like nice and slack, and then you just feel, you know, when you feel all the line tighten up in your fingers.
Yeah. You're smashing it.
Beautiful, that is.
You're smashing it.
I tell you what, it does show you. I mean, I'd probably be a tench now at this time, but I was going to say the fact that, like, by the island, I've hooked carp, open water on the bottom, you've hooked tench.
Yeah.
Like, different species, they want to live where they want to live, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Because, I mean, bearing in mind, we haven't done any pre-baiting or anything, literally just chucked across to that island and the carp are there.
You know, as well, Lee, you've noticed that since we've started, definitely less fish moving. You like the disturbance of us fishing has just maybe put a few fish on edge and
yeah, popping the fish back as well. We've decided not to use the keat nets today. Another £2 plus mirror carp. Incidentally, Rob, I've not got a massive hook on, you know. I've got a 16 kkh.
Right.
Just because I felt like I might be wanting to put a 4mm on or a 6mm on. This is nice. That time I I put the bait a little bit closer to the top. I'm going to try putting it right on the top this time, see if like...
Why are you fishing a method and not like a banjo?
Well, can you remember when we did that first ever underwater? Pellet feeder was good that day as well. But when you're by an island, I just feel like that the bait opens up nicely rather than being a little sandwich. But I always feel like banjo is very trap setty, isn't it? And it doesn't seem to me, bearing in mind how many fish are fighting for my bait over there, that I'm really trap setting. I'm really actually just delivering pellets and keeping a hook bait in amongst it as long.
So you think it's all being scattered all over the place anyway?
I think these pellets are scattered all over the place within about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep it in like a little I almost don't want it trapped in the method feeder and the fish eating it off the method feeder. I just want them like to find my hook bait as quick as possible in amongst the pellets, you know. But these pellets are nice for it because they're sticky. I think that's why I've tried it on the top this time. Let's find, you know, see if it's any quicker. I'm going to experiment with where I put the hook bait, because clearly they're just going to come in and eat all the pellets anyway. Don't have to worry about that, do I?
My bites are slowing down now. I think I've exhausted my peg of tench.
You've caught the initial tench shot?
I've caught the initial tench.
Tell you what, I bet if you were lashing in casters you wouldn't.
Oh.
I think they'd be crawling up.
Won't be long. Won't be long. I'll be going back to the van and get those casters.
Yeah. Double caster on the hook. You could probably come a section closer if you did that.
Yeah, I think so. Section closer. Throw some casters in. Fish every chuck. Definitely bites. They're like shy bites. I've put a 6mm on now, so obviously that's what I'm feeding. Shy bites.
What, they're not liking that size 12 you've got on? Or?
Yeah, it's not a 12. It's a big 16. I'm going to say.
A big 16 that looks like a 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get it in the mouth.
What's going on here?
This is very much a carpy rig. When you told me they're sort of like £200, I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Carp fishing.
Let's go. Yeah.
Crash bang wallop. That was my thinking.
Yeah. See that? I've had a lot of taps and indications that time. Like I should have caught one.
Pellet feeder. Pellet feeder.
Yeah, I might. Hey, listen, I might have a go.
You've got to have a go on it.
Yeah, I'm going to put the bait deeper in the ball, I think. The old deeper in the ball hook bait.
I wanted to have some sort of challenge because I thought if I caught some fish on this, I'd be able, another tench, look.
Tenchy.
Another little tench. I thought if I started catching on this, I'd be able to catch them fast. But at the minute, I'm just not competing, am I? So I want to stack the odds in my favour if we do a challenge.
Oh yeah, what you mean if we have a challenge, you want to make sure that you win?
Yeah, I want to try.
Oh, okay.
Another tench. I'll tell you what challenge we could do.
Who can catch the most tench?
Who can catch the most tench? That'd be a great. That'd be a great challenge.
I'll underarm this method at 5 metres.
Yeah. With a worm on. Got a few worms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a few worms.
So you're fishing for tench, and you've got a load of worms and casters in your bag.
Yeah, I'm fishing for tench with the most.
But you're using fishery pellets.
Yeah. Hey, I'll learn one day, won't I?
You'll get there one day, mate. Yeah.
I'll get there one day. Come on, carpies. Just calm, isn't it? Might catch some carp pellets shallow. That'd be a good tactic.
Do you know,
as well.
actually, I literally that same thing when I saw one top there, I thought, when do you catch them shallow? I think it's got to be like, I'm not sure if it's deep enough to catch them shallow.
I think with the amount of fish in here. Hey, up. Yes. Right.
Big tench.
This is the challenge.
Okay, go on.
Next carp wins. Oh, oh.
Go on, go on.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, if that had done you then, I'd have absolutely, I'd have been gone.
You said they tore off a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, a few times I've had them like, what?
Nice fish. Feed a little bit of bait. I want to try and feed.
Next carp wins.
No, no, no. I want to feed while my rig's not in the water, because that means I shouldn't get as many line bites.
Next carp wins, I've got a pounder on.
Have you? It's next biggest carp wins.
Oh, I say that.
I'm not bullying him.
Smart,
I'm
no,
going to try and
of
net
course
him.
not, no.
Net him nicely.
Yeah, nice fish.
Next carp wins. Next carp wins. Yeah.
Tell you what, they are going crazy. That time I put their pellet.
This doesn't. It's not even a massive fish. This isn't.
No, I told you, didn't I? They're proper feisty. That one, he's only probably a pounder. That one.
Get in there.
I think that's why yours went a little bit quiet. Carp have moved in.
Is that what's happened?
Yeah.
Lovely fish. Lovely little mirror.
Now you've started feeding more than 3.
Good condition as well, Lee.
Yeah, condition.
Cracking condition.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish. Heavy. I'll tell you what, he looks £2, but I bet he's nearer 3.
Was he one of those that you admit to £2?
Yeah.
Put £2 on your clicker, then pull your net out and go, I don't know why I was £10 over.
Yeah.
I'll put the pellet like almost on the method feeder. So it's got a big heap of pellets on top of it.
You're trying to, hopefully they just come and take yours straight away.
I just feel like they're bashing it off straight away because it's getting bashed all the time. That time I did it as well a bit deeper and I caught quite quick.
It's a pellet feeder job, isn't it?
Is it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's a pellet feeder job.
I'll try it, I'll change. I've come prepared.
I don't know, I've seen your feeder box.
And the rain stopped.
Yeah. Can't get better conditions now.
Tell you what I did get excited about, Rob. Sue saying she was they got a new farm shop cafe opening.
Yeah.
And she said, and I quote, "You'll have to come back and have a big breakfast."
Big breakfast.
Just think to myself, that's like.
Now you like a big breakfast.
She knows what keeps me happy. Yeah, it's great. I love a breakfast. Tench, mate.
Another tench, yeah. I'm just filling the gaps with tench.
Well done, mate. Yeah.
They're immaculate, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like you get a still water barber or a still water tench. They're always in beautiful condition, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. It's not deep over there, you know.
Isn't it?
No, it's shallow. Fish are boiling when you hook them. You know, like somebody's just carved out the perfect method island.
Yeah. Why have you got a 30-gram feeder, Lee?
Well, do you know what, mate? I was actually then going to, before I tried anything else, I was going to put a 45 on.
Wow. What, it's only like 20 metres wide?
Yeah, but what's happening is, as I'm sinking my line, bearing in mind it's only gently, these carp are knocking my feeder around so much, they're knocking it down that shelf.
Right.
So like, I reckon then sometimes, obviously that if they do that, they're knocking it away from the bait, which is why I think having the hook bait deeper in the ball's helping me a little bit, because as they're knocking the feeder about, they're not, wherever the feeder goes and the hook bait goes, the bait's there, if you see what I mean. Whereas if they knocked the feeder with all the bait still stuck on it, yet your hook bait had come out, just not sure that that's the one. Might try it. Might see if it makes any difference. I'm going to go and get my feeder box.
We're here to try stuff. Try it.
I'm going to go and get my feeder box, yeah.
No pressure.
I'll just walk back to the van. I'll be 3 seconds.
3.
Do you know what else is at the van, Rob? Hobnobs.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah. Wonder if Rob brought any hobnobs. I think we all know the answer to that, don't we? 45. Pellet feeders. All my pellet feeders are massive. All my pellet feeders, Rob, are the big ones that I use at Tamar.
You've got a couple of little ones there. I've seen them.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Yeah. Oh well, took a 45.
Come on, fishies. Oh.
We'll have to come back and do a, you know, the old species hunt that we did.
Yes, we could do that here.
Yeah, we'll do that here. Do you think there's any gudgeon in?
If there is, you'll find him. Gary the Gudgeon.
For those of you that haven't watched the Docklow video, I don't want to spoil it, but a gudgeon gets caught. In fact, I think a gudgeon got foul looked, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he foul looks Gudgeon. This feels a little bit different.
Not tenchy.
No, he's a little carp.
What amazing fishing. What amazing fishing.
He's a little carp.
So Sue was saying that 21 years, was it, to get to this point from originally like the goal?
Yeah. Strange, because obviously she said the council loved the idea of having some lakes here when she put some plans in. Like, loved the idea, because obviously it's just great to have some lakes, isn't it? If they're well managed, it's great to have some lakes. So she put the plans in, and the same council that said we would love to have the lakes, same council went, no, we're not letting you have them. So she appealed, and then
yeah,
everyone come to their senses.
Yeah, obviously building lakes comes with a lot of different challenges. And she was also saying, like, basically she's done straight round on the 45. Didn't feel it moving, Rob. She was saying that, you know, they started with one and then they've slowly built it up. There's roads around all the lakes, basically to try and build what, in her mind, and obviously all the anglers that come here, the ideal commercial fishery setup, haven't they?
Yeah, I think this is, it's tailor-made for, a pleasure angler. But I tell you what it's made for, Lee. This is a club angler's paradise. You've got a club, and you've got...
She was saying if your club is interested, she's booked up till the end of 26.
Yeah.
So,
the other thing is, Lee, there's huts on every lake as like an area where if it's a little bit miserable, you can go and draw in a hut, and there's a hut on every lake with table, chairs in there.
Yeah. With the toilet there. And
yeah, toilet on every lake.
Tell you what I've got, Rob, a common.
Have you?
Yeah.
First one?
You know what common's like, don't you? The feeder that doesn't move.
Is that what it is?
They're like the heavy feeder. Hang on. Heavy feeder? Oh, right, yeah, heavy feeder, he says. If you're coming back here, get yourself some 45 grammars, Rob, is what I'm saying. Quickest bites I've had all day.
I'm making a bold move.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I love a bold move. What are you doing?
Casters.
Oh, my God.
I couldn't help it. So I'm just going to chuck some casters in.
Yeah.
Do I want lighter elastic? Because that carp, I'm going to go with lighter elastic.
Let's do a lighter elastic.
Because it'd be nice, won't it?
Just a nice, elastic everywhere every time.
See if we can find a rig. I'm sure I've got a rig in here that'll work. Maybe not.
So feisty, these fish.
That looks a good rig.
Oh, they all ping out of the net job. That's good. Pop him back.
Yeah. Hey, let's hope there's enough line on this rig.
Say what?
Let's hope there's enough line on this rig.
Oh, is there a new rig going on?
New rig going on, yeah.
Wow.
Rig's a bit thick, that was. The bristle's a bit thick.
I've just put a little bit of that bait booster on my pellets again. That bait booster, because it's not like water, I don't feel like I'm running the risk of ruining these fishery pellets, to be fair. Quite nice.
I'm all right,
doing that
old Joe Mangle there. Can't use that one.
What's happened?
Well, I could use this rig if it would come off the winder, but it won't even come off the winder. That's what we're up against at the minute.
I'm going to catch one more quickly on the 45. If we get another one quickly, I'm saying it's conclusive. Be like 4 quick 45ers, and then I'm going to have to go on the pellet feeder. Not sure if the pellets are the right pellets for pellet feeder though, Rob. You know what I mean?
They're not the right pellets for pellet feeder.
Yeah, you know the pellets. You know the pellets.
Ah, yes, because they're a bit sticky. They're not going to.
Yes.
They're not going to come out.
They're
of
not
the
going
feeder.
to like sponge out of the feeder.
I'm having a right game with this winder. I don't know how I've put it on the back on the winder, Lee. I've wrapped up my rig round another rig. We're back. Here we go. We're sorted now.
I will stress at this point, folks, you're watching Rob Wootton Feeder Fishing International.
Yeah. No, I've done my fair share of pole fishing. This is light as well. This main line's light. Wow.
What have you picked out? One of your bread punch rigs?
It looks like a canal rig, yeah. You said light elastic. I'm going to go light elastic, light rig.
How light are we talking then? What's light for you? Like,
No, I've gone like a 10. Feed a bit better. I reckon I'm only just going to go short, because I reckon there's so many fish, you just catch them
no,
short.
I'd be going short. 100. Look, I'm telling you, 45, get on the 45. If you're coming here, get some 45s. It's a steep slope against there, and your feeder is moving with the amount of fish. But when it's heavier, it's locking in place and it's hooking the fish. There you go. It's my top tip if you're coming to Springvale. Get yourself some 45 grammers. That's awesome, that is. I'm loving that. I shall have a go with the pellet feeder next time, like I say, but you can't catch any quicker than that. Like literally chucking it in within 30 seconds. I think this is 5 now. In 30 seconds, 5 times, we've gone round, so. Nice fish as well. Nice fish as well. Lovely fishing. Once I get that cap open, Rob, I think I'd come here. I think I'd have a couple of hours fishing.
What, and you'd still be ready by the time I'm ready?
Yeah, still be ready for you've chucked in. Then I'd go and have myself a lovely lunch. I'm going to come back and do something different. That one's loving it. KKHBs, obviously, marvellous, of course. 6mm pellet. I've been going with the 6mm now. I feel like they're on.
Have you?
Yeah, I feel like they're on the 6mm.
I always think, obviously, they don't mind eating a 6mm, do they? But you know when they're grubbing around on micros,
Yeah.
I think they get used to eating little pellets.
Yeah. Right, for a fair comparison, just going to slide off me stem, my 45 gram method. I'm going to put a 45 gram pellet feeder on. Not gone for a small one. I'm not sure how I'm going to load this up. Let's have a little play. I feel like, got my pellets here. I'm going to just literally massage them in, Rob.
Oh, wow, what a word.
Do you like that?
Lee Kerry, learn how to massage pellets like Lee Kerry.
Yeah, massage pellets like, yeah. Don't tell my missus I can do massaging.
Massage pellets
Yeah.
like Lee Kerry.
I've massaged them in, an absolute treat, into the pellet feeder. Right, let's see. They never cast quite as straight as a method, but we'll have a go.
Oh, is there anything nicer than that?
Straight under.
Dropping a caster in. Could be a little carp.
I think you're going to absolutely and utterly slaughter it on the old...
I'm only on light gear, you know, here. I reckon this is a rig I used in the winter. Have you got rigs in your box from the winter?
Oh, the pellet feeder's gone straight round.
This
What is it?
carp.
Oh, nice carp.
Carp on casters.
A caster carp.
A caster carp.
Or a caster carp. Oh yeah, that's one. We're at Newark. Do you think they say caster or caster here?
I say caster.
Do you? What,
Yeah.
from Leicester?
Yeah, caster, yeah.
Right. See, where are...
Yeah,
in
well,
Norfolk, I
you're
was a
posh,
car-
aren't
I was
you?
a caster
You're posh.
in Norfolk, so...
You say caster.
Yeah, from the original Norfolk caster. I'm not going to be persuaded by a bunch of Northerners to change caster to caster. Even though I've been there for 20 years. Pellet feeder. Fast one, Rob, again. I think the key is having the heavy feeder. So it doesn't go anywhere.
Seems to be working.
That's the key. I'll tell you what, if you start catching on that, I'm going to beat you off, because I would definitely love a go on that.
Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really
See,
nice.
I love feeding bait. I love putting my hand in the bait tub, throwing some bait in. Ooh, yes. And I'll tell you what as well, when you're doing this,
Yeah.
you haven't got a clue
Yeah, you haven't got a
what
clue.
you're catching. I think this is either a tench or a little crucian.
Tench, I'm going.
Yeah, tench.
Monkey wrench. Right, I'll show you how I did that last load, all right? So, the pellets. See if I can trap my rod. Here's my pellets. Literally just, when they're in there, you can't afford to squeeze these in because they're, like I say, they're really sticky. So, massage was the word, as you heard. So, like, literally just massaging a few in there without the hook bait for now. And then I'm going to lay the hook bait on, literally just touch it on top like that. And then I'm just going to put a few more pellets. And rather than pushing in, I'm sort of almost pushing down just to hold it in place. Because what I don't want to do is wedge all the bait in. So look, that's the finished product, which is basically my hook bait covered in a few pellets. They're going to break off really quick with my hook bait. You can see why it's so good. It's such a... I always think pellet feeder is so underused, Rob, considering how used like method or banjo is, you know.
On this sort of venue, it was the only thing I put on for a good period of time, you know.
Yeah, you loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
you used to catch a load of fish on these sorts of venues like that, didn't you?
Like you say, I think it's like,
Well, when we did underwater, pellet feeder was like stand out amazing.
yeah, it was the way of fishing, wasn't it? I think it
Although
gives you that little tiny parcel of bait, doesn't it?
Yeah,
There's only one way the fish can approach the bait.
yeah. Which was the problem
Yeah.
on the underwater. That was how you got mugged off, wasn't it? The different...
Oh,
There you
yeah,
Pinged off
lovely chubbly.
You got a chub?
Yeah.
Can't believe you didn't start on the casters, actually. Tell you what could have happened here, Rob.
Lovely
No.
chubbly.
Hey, Rob. I thought to myself, can't believe one's come off.
What's
No.
happened?
Right, how can I explain this without saying I got bust? I think I've picked up and that fish has gone one way and I've gone the other and it's gone no. So I'm going to go stronger line.
You've parted ways, have you?
Yeah, I had 016 on. I'm going to go 018 because the fishing's so good. But they loved it, went straight round. 018. From my little look, I'm going to show you my hook box. I'm really proud of this. I never really use it, to be fair, because it's so full. I don't want it to get not full. We banded 4 inches. 4 inches the minimum hook length you're allowed here. Obviously, as you guys know, Rob and I, where it's allowed, love a 3-inch hook length, which is why that hook box is just full all the time, Rob, and I get to look at it and admire it. But I thought it can come out today for the.
You'd use it though, wouldn't you, on a pole rig maybe? Would you use them hooks on pole rigs?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do use them on a pole, or also because there is still fisheries that have a 4-inch minimum, isn't there? So
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
you know, when there is a 4-inch minimum, I use them.
We used to go white because it was 4-inch, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was 4-inch. I don't know if it still is.
No, I don't.
I can't say it's something that I think is a particularly necessary rule, I'm going to say, but we always respect the rules. Rule number 1, respect the rules.
Respect the rules.
Pop him on there. Loving the pellet feeder. I'm saying that's going round immediately. have I achieved the Rob Wootton School of Casting? Have I passed like level 1, or am I?
I'm not too sure my casting's as good as it used to be, Lee, so looks good to me,
That
mate.
was the first time we were ever next to each other. You put on an immaculate display of casting to the island at Belingi.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about that daily, you can, because I embarrassed you last time at Docklow. So if you want to tell the story about me being next to you.
No, I'm just telling the story about you being next to me, Rob. Why? What happened on that day? I can't remember what happened. Your casting to the island was amazing.
Yeah. And then we came short on the pole late on, didn't we? You end up catching a few fish short. I had a couple, but the standout moment of the day,
right,
was when I shipped out my rig and struck into what I thought was a fish. And it was at that point I realised my rig wasn't properly attached to my elastic.
Yeah.
And it was a good job that there wasn't a fish on the end, because my float literally just sat there, didn't it?
Well, I think
Literally sat in the water and my pole went up.
As I recall, your float sat there for a minute and then you had a back shot on.
Yes,
And
it
it
did.
just dragged it out of sight over the course of the next like 30 seconds.
And I had to try and scoop it back, didn't I?
Yeah, and I remember you all just randomly scooping. I mean, I'm going to use the word desperately, with the pole tip reaching to try and scoop this rig.
It was, Lee.
And when I asked you why, you said, that's my only rig.
It was my only rig. I needed to get that back.
But that was, to be in your defence, that was before you were international, wasn't it?
And now I can't even get the rig off the winder. We're fishing though, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think I ended up winning by 1 carp, and
Yeah, I think you won the section that day, didn't you?
a friendship was born. How long ago was that, do you reckon?
I'm not too sure.
I'll tell you when that was. I'll tell you exactly when that
Two-
was, and this will scare you.
2008.
Yeah, because I just signed for Preston. And I signed for Preston in 2008 because you gave me a load of grief.
Yeah, I did give you a load of grief, yeah.
And I just signed for Preston. I think you said something like, oh, because I was at Browning, and then you said something like, oh, just hopping about, are you? I mean, I've hopped about quite a lot since, haven't I?
Nothing to see here.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to see here.
2008, wow. I think you wore flip-flops and jeans that day,
I did,
Rob.
yeah, I did.
I tell you what, pellet feeder, you know I said go and buy some 45 gram methods.
Go and buy some pellet feeders.
Go and buy some 45 gram pellet feeders while you're at it, because that is a joke.
Yeah. Straight on it. They
wasn't
can
even
only
like-
get at the bait one way. So if you put your hook bait there,
Yeah.
you get your bite, don't you?
I think pellet feeder really excels on venues where there's a lot of fish around your feeder, do you?
Yes. I don't think it's just sit there, wait for a bite, wait for a bite, wait for a bite method.
It's like we've tried it in open water places like Barson, haven't we? And it's not been as good.
I think it's a method where I think you're better off on a banjo when you're sort of waiting for a bite,
I
waiting for
agree,
a bite.
yeah. An open trap rather than a
Yeah.
closed trap, shall we say. What fishing this is. Unbelievable. Brilliant fishing. I think Sue was telling us that the match was won yesterday. Method to the island for the first couple of hours, and then paste, a bit of the old paste
Bit
short,
of
Rob.
pace.
Tell
I
you
can
what,
see, obviously, method to the island, it'd give you an amazing start, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would love to come back here next spring and do a little paste one-on-one. Me and you,
Paste.
We'll maybe get Joe along.
Yeah, get
See if
Joe
he
along,
fancies a bit of pasting.
If we can't get Joe along, I'm basically going to pummel him for the tips and get his bait off him. Maybe he'll give me his rigs as well.
Joe Paste Daddy Carus, is that what we call him?
I mean, I'm thinking I've drew the short straw as in weight of fish,
Oh, you've had a lovely day though, haven't you?
but for actually catching another little chub, for
Is that a
catching
chub?
fish, yeah. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. See, my pellets are still in the pellet feeder there. Bearing in mind that was a quick bite, but I fought that fish all the way back and they're still in. So you imagine these pellets are opening, so you know your pellets there, look. Blown them at the end. there was still pellets in the pellet feeder. So you've got to be so careful massaging them in, but at the same time, you do only want the pellets that come out to be the ones right on the top. So
massaging his pellets.
Gonna tell Amy when I get home, been doing some massaging today. See what she says. Probably no chance here, son, so you stick at it. Oh, I mean, it's just
Straight away.
well. I thought so. Thought so, but it's the old thin air.
What was that, angler error?
Angler error, that was, mate. Feeder was moving back at me. First time that's happened on the old.
What's this one? Oh, an eyed.
Have you got an eye?
Yes.
What an unbelievable. That's unbelievable fishing, isn't it? On a venue with obvious clearly so, or on a lake with so many carp, it's lovely to see all those other fish, isn't it?
Yep. So that's an eyed. I think the writing was on the wall because I've noticed that on your peg, when we arrived, because obviously there's keep nets and landing nets supplied, isn't there? On
what?
your peg, there was a really big landing net.
Right, yeah.
And on my peg, there was this little landing net.
Yeah. On my peg, there was 10 keep nets. On your peg, there was 2.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'm just looking along the line. Just let you pan to that wide shot and see it. Looks stand out, my peg, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
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 I think I'm actually chucking in your peg.
You are chucking my way a little bit. Encroaching on me, I feel a little bit encroached.
I think it'd certainly be up for debate, wouldn't it? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a tiny bit of...
I'll tell you what's nice is like there's no little tiny fish, is there?
No.
I mean, even I'm chucking a bait in that you think a few little tiny fish should have a go at.
I think they do they look after it really well, Rob, in terms of like, they get the little tiny fish netted out, don't they, in the winter, and
Yeah.
you know, it's so well looked
I don't really
after.
like, you know, when you go somewhere and it's in the summer, there's just a mountain of little tiny roach pecking at your bait.
Oxygen thieves.
Yeah, they knacker a fishery, they do.
Yeah, they do, yeah, yeah. I'd love to see, you know, and I know they can't do it, but I'd love to see, like, you know, like where there are all these little fish, you know, used to stock natural venues sometimes as well, you know, like rather than, you know, obviously they'll give them to other fisheries and stuff like that, but I'd love to see those fish put to reuse.
Hard to move them around though, Lee. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
I no doubt it is, but you know, like all the money that goes into breeding and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Wonder if you could like keep them and like almost like cleanse them before you. I don't know. I absolutely know nothing about. I'd like to know, but I don't. Tell you what we need to do, Rob. In the last 10 minutes, do you want to come and have a go?
I'm going to have a go, yeah.
Come on, let's go and let's have a swap over.
Single caster is great, look.
Okay.
Double, what are we saying? Caster?
Whatever you want to call it, mate.
Caster?
You got some worms here as well.
I have.
Try to worm it.
I think a worm would be fantastic, don't you?
Oh, I do, yeah.
I'm feeding before I lay my rig out. I'm laying my rig in.
Yeah.
And
So
then...
you don't even see any fish, do you?
No, it's
not
not
even
like
deep.
there's a million fish there and then...
They're not boiling. Right.
I know. Bad angling that was, wasn't it?
You don't want to say anything?
No, bad angling. And then we'll go... I'll tell you what, we'll go single caster. Because there's no little fish. It's not like I'm trying to avoid anything.
Yeah.
Put him in there. We've caught everything though. Crucian, eyed, chubs. Come on, come on, come on. It's like zero indications, then it's just a bite. It's beautiful.
That's
yeah.
feeding fish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
All right. Fish that feed really positively.
I think for an enjoyable day, this is the enjoyable day, isn't it? Don't know what you're going to catch. Chuck some casters in.
Without a doubt.
Not finding that single caster as quick, are they?
No, but I think like when you're fishing like that, Like if a carp comes in, he bullies a few chubbing that out, doesn't he? And then like you have to wait like that split second longer.
See, look, little indication
like
then.
Yeah, lovely.
He had it for a while.
Lovely fishing.
This could be, oh no, it's not skimmer.
Little crucian. Tench.
No,
Hide.
Hide. Get in there.
On the hide, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on the hide. I'm going to put worm head on, I think. We'll try a worm head. Might find that nice and easy in the coloured water. It's coloured, isn't it? But it's not like a horrible muddy colour, is it?
No, it's a lovely colour. Gives them enough protection, doesn't it? I think worm head could be spectacular.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think they're going to pick it out immediately. So you fed some casters last time,
Yeah.
like when you hooked it, sort of
Took
thing.
some casters when I hooked it.
Yeah.
Go. Let's see if we can get in there. I'm hoping that we can see my float. Let's move that. Should be able to see my float there. Come on, come on, come on. Sometimes, you know, when you put a worm on and you're feeding casters, it's amazing. Sometimes they're just, they're not tuned into it, are they?
You're right, yeah. Remember, like, well, often I've like chopped a few worms and mixed them in with your casters, so you get
give them
like
a bit of a taste.
Yeah, you just give them a bit of a taste, because I always think if you can catch on worm, it's such a great hook bait to catch on.
Yeah.
Durable, robust. They almost tend to like. I was about to say you don't miss many bites.
Yeah, missed my first one on it. Might have been that gudgeon.
Oh, the elusive. You've covered most of the species, although they did say there's a few barbel in, didn't they?
I don't know. I think there's got to be some barbel. I think there's definitely some skimmers. Be nice to catch an odd skimmer, wouldn't it? I think if I just larruped all of these casters in, I'd end up catching some carp there, wouldn't I?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Can't believe how many tench. Considering this is the lake where there's
less tench.
less.
Well, not less tench.
Yeah,
lots
more
of
carp.
Yeah.
Come on. It's like they're not gone mad on a bit of worm, have they?
No. No, like you say, you think that'd just be like a worm and just get on it immediately. Lovely little bite there, Robert.
Oh, we've got him.
Yay.
We've got him.
Skimmer, skimmer, skimmer.
God. Slimy skimmer.
The winter angler's dream.
Not really. Winter angler's dream is a load of carp, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
Lovely £30 net of those. It's a great day out.
£30 of skimmers.
Yeah, all right, I'll give you that. £30 of skimmers or £80 of carp in a winter match. What are you preferring to do then?
What's winning the match?
I'm not bothered about that. I'm bothered about, well, a silver match.
A silver match. £30 of skimmers. What are we saying with roach? Are we saying £20 of roach?
Yeah, £20 a roach, yeah. Depends on the size of roach, doesn't it? £20 a little roach is a bit tiring.
Yeah, that's
isn't it?
boring, yeah.
Yeah, it's boring.
£20.
Like quality roach. Have
20
you caught a roach?
No, I've not caught a roach. £20 of 12 ounce to a pound roach. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Elastic's sticking a bit. Double caster. I'm back on the double caster.
Am I getting to go today? Or am
Yeah,
I
you
just
can
come
jump
to
on.
watch
You can jump on after. You can jump on after. They like casters, look.
Oh, they like casters, yeah.
Another skimmer.
Hide or a skimmer, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like.
Big
Hide.
hide. I see what a great stamp, aren't they?
Yeah.
Great stamp.
There's nothing that's little.
Brilliant.
Nothing
fishing,
that's
mate.
little.
Brilliant fishing, that is.
What are you doing? Having a go?
Yeah,
Tell me
go on.
where I'm for feeder fishing first, then you can come and have a go on here. Go on then, walk me through. Big pellet feeder.
Oh, yeah, there's loads of fish there. Loads of
Big
fish there.
pellet feeder. Right.
So one of me pellets that I'm trying to keep dry desperately.
Yeah. What are we saying?
6 mil. Yeah,
6 mil?
Yeah.
It's only a little hook for a 6 mil, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, I put the 18 on when I changed.
Wow.
I like a small hook, Rob.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
Told me off, didn't you, the other day? I was
using
using
a gaff.
I love a big hook, yeah.
Yeah.
Big hook, strong elastic, that's me, normally.
So,
I tell you what's weird on someone else's gear, isn't it? Right. Massaging.
yeah.
So we'll come around here.
Yeah. Fill her up.
We're massaging. Like this.
Yeah. It's nice.
To there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a bit firm. You're not massaging like a baby.
A bit firmer.
Yeah, a little bit firmer. Massage.
I think that's massage.
Sports massage.
Sports massage, right? A little bit. Yeah. I like to put my pellet in like at the top there.
Oh, do you?
Is that you?
Yeah, I just put it in the middle, but yeah, I'm interested in that. Yeah.
I put my pellets in the.
Do you?
Yeah.
Look at that. So basically, you're holding the line, and the hook on.
Yes.
Yeah, lovely. I like it.
So that is me.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you get your pellets sort of exposed. It's not going to snag up on anything over there.
It's off quick, that is. Your pellet's off on impact, I think.
Yeah, but you're getting bites quick, aren't you?
Oh, within 10 seconds.
Right. This is where we could fall down because it's my first chuck. Oh, dear. Oh, wind off your back. Try and hit your clip. That was a bad cast, wasn't it? But I think that'll go, don't you? 45 gram, that went in over, didn't it? Maybe you got to hit your clip a bit harder.
It did with that cast, yeah. What were you trying to do? Cast it to the moon?
I was just sort of looping cast.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Looping lob.
Right, okay.
It's awful fishing with someone else's kit, you know.
Well.
There you go. Is he on?
No.
No? All right.
I thought it was just pole fishing, but...
I'm getting twitchy. Pellets are out, look.
Yeah, pellets are out.
Because I hardly squeezed them in.
I think they came out as you cast it in the air, didn't they? They came back down from space.
All right, so a little bit firmer in there.
Not too firm. Massaged.
Massage.
Yeah. And you can be a little bit more positive with your cast.
I'm going to.
It's further than you think.
I'm going to, but it's like 40. What's feeder? 45 gram.
45 gram. You need it. Honestly.
Wait for the ducks to get out of the way.
Yeah, you need it. Yeah.
Last thing
you've got the old long drop on, haven't you?
Killer duck. Yeah, I've got a long drop.
Yeah, you've got a long drop. Oh, amazing.
We're in though, aren't we?
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
We're in, and then I'm like this. Are you just dropping it on the rest? But this is how I would tighten up. Like this.
Yeah. I usually don't have it on the rest and just use my hand to sink the line, and like do it all via feel.
Yeah.
But to be honest, after like a few, I just literally put it on the rest because it was just like
ripping it round.
Yeah.
Like, is he on, or is it just tapping all the time? Is it?
Just tapping all the time.
There you go. He's on.
Pulls round. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Lovely fishing.
It's back to the glory days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely little rod this is.
Yeah, it's a nice rod, mate. Yeah.
Do you think that heavy feed is important then?
I thought it was, like, bearing in mind when I was fishing the feeder lighter, I wound back a few times, and also I was waiting for bites, and that was because your feeder would, like, your tip would go dudunk, dudunk, and like keep slackening off all the time.
It's just rolling down the shelf.
I think it was just rolling down the shelf, which means that every time it rolls down the shelf, you've got less chance of catching one because your bait's spread out, isn't it?
Mm.
You can keep your feeder in the same place, you've got more chance of catching them because your bait's not spread out.
You can smell the bait booster, can't you?
Yeah. I think whatever it is, they're very happy about it.
Yeah.
It's the sort of place, isn't it, where I think you're probably getting away because there's so many fish and they're feisty and they're feeding well. You can crash the heavy feed. Well, I say crash the heavy feeder.
not quite how I crashed it in first.
Yeah,
cast.
you can put the heavy feeder in, and then probably like in 2 years' time, when they've been caught loads on a method.
Yeah.
It'll want a little bit more finesse and a little bit more, you know, it'll change all the time. It'll evolve, doesn't it?
It'll twange, or will it change?
Twange.
It'll twange, will it?
Yeah, that's change.
Right.
And tweak.
I've not massaged them, then, have I?
No.
Or is that how you can,
sometimes I had half of them left in. I didn't have like all my pellets left in.
Right.
But yeah, half of them.
So I need to just try and get that a little bit better, don't I? Right. I think I'm sorted. What are you going to do? Chuck some casters at my...
I'm having 10 minutes on yours.
Are you?
Catching a few fish. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Give me your conclusion.
Conclusions. Tell you what I'm saying. I just had a little go on your box to finish, and I went tench, eyed, chub, skimmer, carp, eyed, in 6 fish.
Yeah.
In
All a pound a piece.
bigger.
Yeah.
In 8 minutes. And I'm like, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
It's almost like I said to you, didn't I, off camera, where have you ever been where you can go, oh look, just
Yeah.
It's almost the dream.
When I'm next
It's
door
almost
to
the
you,
dream.
catching a carp every
No,
shot.
you caught 5 carp at the same time,
Yeah.
like great big carp.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So I'm saying we've been somewhere today really, really special. Like, if your club or anything was thinking about having an amazing day's fishing, this is where you're coming in.
I'm saying, Lee, this is one of, if not the best set up fisheries for club anglers.
I've
for a club.
I've not seen anything better.
I've
There's
I've
others
seen-
that are
there's-
equally as good,
yeah.
but it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Brilliant fishing, brilliant people.
There's going to be a restaurant,
Brilliant
calf.
access.
Yeah, it's going to be all that.
I love the calf.
Yeah,
I
we'll
love
have a
the
look
calf.
at that.
Yeah, I
We'll
love the
look at
calf. Once there's a proper calf, we'll
So,
be going to see it.
huge thank you to the folks for having us here. I'm going to carry on for a little bit. I'm going to have
Why
a go.
wouldn't we?
I'm going to have a go at my margins because there's tails in my margin already.
Margin match.
I'm going to get out maybe one more section of pole.
What? 3 extra sections?
3 sections of pole. I'm going to see if I can get a winder off the rig, rig off the winder, margin rig off my winder, and try and catch some margin hippos.
Yeah.
I think it's been an amazing day.
Yeah,
I've loved it.
really, really enjoyed myself.